Meeting with Britain's Prince Charles and his wife Camilla, President Obama refused to comment on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who's become something of a royal pain to the White House. Administration officials say they're furious over Netanyahu's remarks in the final moments of his re-election campaign, pointing to the prime minister's rejection of a Palestinian state in this interview as a key reversal that would damage prospects for Middle East peace. Asked whether a Palestinian state would not be formed if he remains prime minister, Netanyahu said, indeed. Was the president personally disappointed in Prime Minister Netanyahu's comments?
I would certainly acknowledge that the president is aware of the comments and noticed them. I don't think I would characterize his reaction. But I think that there are obvious policy implications for Prime Minister Netanyahu's comments.
In a post-election interview, Netanyahu completely flip-flopped, saying he now wants a peaceful two-state solution with Palestinians. But the White House is also outraged over Netanyahu's comment that Arab voters were heading to the polls in droves, a remark aides to the president blasted as racially tinged and undemocratic.
I think that comment and that tactic was something that was noticed, not just here in the White House, but by, I think, people around the world. And that cynical election day tactic was a pretty transparent effort to marginalize Arab Israeli citizens and their right to participate in their democracy.
Netanyahu insists Arab Israelis will always have the right to vote, but they're not buying that at the White House, where officials are threatening to allow votes at the United Nations in favor of a Palestinian state, a measure the U.S. has blocked before. Republicans who invited Netanyahu to speak before Congress against the U.S. nuclear talks with Iran are saying, get over it.
What about the administration's sort of lukewarm reaction?
Lukewarm?
The Obama administration and Benjamin Netanyahu need to wake up, understand the realities of what they can and cannot achieve, and try to restore some adult supervision